the headlines at this hour on VTV News. Legal foundation to be laid for state apparatus reform. And Quảng works to reform healthcare system. In our world news, China passes new law in major push to bolster a private sector.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning, it is 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huyền Trân with the top stories. On April 30th, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm signed the Politburo's resolution on renewing the work of lawmaking and law enforcement to meet the demands of the country's development in the new era.
The resolution sets a goal for Vietnam to establish a legal system that is democratic, fair, consistent, unified, transparent, feasible, and enforceable by 2030. It also aims to ensure strict and consistent mechanisms that provide a legal foundation for the continuous and smooth operation of state agencies following organizational restructuring. Key targets include resolving major legal bottlenecks by 2025, revising or issuing new legal documents to align with a three-tiered government model by 2027, and completing a business and investment legal framework by 2028 that would position Vietnam among the top 3 ASEAN countries for investment climate. With a vision to 2045, Vietnam aims to develop a high-quality, modern legal system aligned with international standards and practical realities. The laws should be strictly and consistently enforced, respecting and effectively safeguarding human and civil rights. Constitutional supremacy and the rule of law are expected to become the behavioral norm across society, supporting modern national governance through a lean, efficient, and effective state apparatus.
And streamlining the political apparatus to ensure effective and efficient operation is one of the 7 strategic directions to lead the nation into an era of national growth. And so far, this task has been carried out methodically and decisively and has made significant progress. However, to establish a solid legal framework for it, the amendment of the Constitution, the improvement of legal institutions, and related regulations must be prioritized.
According to Article 110 of the current Constitution, the local governance system consists of 3 levels: provincial, district, and communal. However, to streamline the governance system's organizational apparatus, the district level will be scrapped. Therefore, it is necessary to amend the Constitution.
The restructuring will inevitably require amendments to the legal institutional framework. This adjustment will directly affect the distribution of duties and powers, particularly in terms of decentralization and delegation, transitioning from 3 levels of local administration to 2. The goal is to ensure smoother and more efficient services to the people.
To establish a solid legal framework for the streamlining of the apparatus, it will be necessary to amend provisions in the Constitution as well as relevant legal regulations concerning the organization of administrative units. During the process of amending and supplementing the Constitution, it is mandatory to seek public opinion.
Gathering public opinion helps raise public awareness and a sense of responsibility regarding the process of amending the Constitution. It also contributes to building a rule of law state of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Consulting the people means promoting their role as the central actors in building the government and improving the effectiveness, efficiency, and performance of our state. At the same time, it helps foster strong consensus among the population in carrying out a comprehensive reform of the political system.
According to Resolution 60 of the 11th Plenum of the 13th Party Central Committee, the amendment and supplementation of certain provisions of the Constitution, as well as related laws and resolutions, must be completed by June 30th this year and take effect from July 1st. It is expected that the proposals for amendment will be submitted to the National Assembly during its 9th session, which will open on May 5th.
On Monday at Pier 914 Côn Đảo District, a ceremony was organized to commemorate heroes and martyrs who sacrificed their lives in the fight for national liberation. More than 20,000 revolutionary soldiers sacrificed their lives in the 113 years of existence of Côn Đảo prison. And in the process of building the pier and stone embankment along the coastal road of Côn Đảo, it is estimated that about 914 prisoners sacrificed their lives due to exhaustion and torture by the enemy. The name Pier 914 was given by the prisoners to commemorate those who died. Now moving to economy and business, amid fluctuating tariffs, particularly on shrimp exports to the U.S., Vietnam's shrimp industry is exploring new strategies to reduce its reliance on this market. And many businesses have proactively expanded into Asian and European countries, particularly Singapore, to diversify markets, enhance product value, and ensure steady production, thus sustaining growth. This batch of specially processed shrimp is ready for export to Europe. The factory reports that diversifying products and markets is a proactive and effective strategy in today's environment.
The factory exports to Japan, South Korea, and Europe, producing items like breaded shrimp and tempura. We secure numerous orders, ensuring regular exports. These products were once mainly focused on the Japanese market, but recently, Vietnam's value-added products have gained a foothold in other countries.
Factories are concerned that farmers' tendency to reduce stock levels or harvest prematurely when shrimp prices fall could lead to a shortage of raw materials for processing and export in the coming months.
Given the current challenges in purchasing and processing costs, Cà Mau province has proactively collaborated with credit institutions and notified the State Bank to develop appropriate support measures.
The government's recent $4 billion credit package for agriculture, forestry, and fisheries presents new opportunities for shrimp farmers. However, in the long run, the industry must strengthen partnerships, streamline production, and focus on reducing costs while improving quality to maintain a sustainable export competitiveness. Now, in the digital age, workers need to be hardworking, proactive, and innovative. These qualities are crucial for job security in an era of rapid technological change. And this year's Workers' Month theme, Vietnamese Workers Pioneering to Enter the New Era, celebrates creative, tech-savvy workers who are leading Vietnam's national progress.
In the auto welding workshop, where 80% of tasks are automated, workers mainly monitor and operate control panels, leaving little room for mistakes. To maintain their relevance, Loy and his team developed a system that distinguishes car frame components without additional sensors, resulting in annual savings of over $4,000.
Before the improvement, there was no system in place to distinguish differences between car models. With the addition of sensors and programming, any assembly errors by workers could be detected and corrected during production.
After graduating from vocational college, Tan, now working at an electronics factory, has proposed several ideas to boost productivity. One of his improvements to the phone camera installation process has shown clear results. Innovation isn't limited to major inventions. It can be as simple as reorganizing tools or streamlining workflows. Understanding this, many businesses now actively encourage employee creativity to boost overall efficiency.
The company's leaders support innovation by creating favorable conditions. For small initiatives, workers receive company funding support. Larger initiatives are recognized and praised for their contributions.
This year's Workers' Month, themed Vietnamese Workers Pioneering to Enter the New Era, honors labor and inspires worker creativity and responsibility in building a stronger Vietnam.
Coming up next on VTV News. Quảng works to reform healthcare system. And Buddha relics arrive in Vietnam for a Vesak Day 2025. Welcome back to VTV News. Now, amid the nationwide implementation of the restructuring of commune-level administrative units, the public healthcare system is also being urgently reorganized to ensure consistency, efficiency, and uninterrupted healthcare services for the people.
Quang Ninh currently has 164 health stations, and it is expected that after the restructuring, only a third will remain. In Đông Tru City, the number of health stations will be reduced from 19 to 5. Healthcare staff at these stations have raised concerns regarding their work after restructuring.
What will happen to our job positions, our salaries, allowances, and sector-specific benefits? And what about the policies related to professional training and development?
To prepare for the restructuring and streamlining of the grassroots healthcare system, the health sector has made preparations in terms of human resources and medicines and medical supplies.
We have developed a procurement plan for medicines covering the next year and a half. The goal is to ensure that health stations can operate smoothly and confidently over the next 2 years without concerns about procurement.
A representative of the Quang Ninh Department of Health stated that medicines and medical supplies will be procured through centralized bidding. This approach will facilitate price management and the use of equivalent products, making it easier to reallocate resources within the healthcare system.
We rotate doctors from the provincial level to other local hospitals or health stations. Our plan is for each doctor to spend 6 months working at the grassroots level to be closer to the people. Quang Ninh Province also embraces the process of building an ideal healthcare system, a strategy we believe will be highly effective for people in both remote areas and major urban areas.
In Quang Ninh Province, each doctor assigned to work under the commune level is expected to receive a support package of $19,000. Starting from July 1st, healthcare facilities will operate under the new system.
The overseas Vietnamese community is seen as an integral part of the nation and a key resource for development. And to support them, the government has introduced various policies. Most recently, the Ministry of Justice proposed amending the law on nationality to ease legal barriers, especially for children with a Vietnamese parent to obtain citizenship.
Born and raised in Germany, Thao Ton Ben has long dreamed of becoming a Vietnamese citizen. However, being underage and lacking the required documents, he couldn't apply at the time.
I was around 12 when I started thinking about having dual citizenship. It would make traveling to Vietnam easier without needing a visa. If I had been able to apply before turning 16, many things would have been simpler.
Under current law, applicants must be at least 18 years old and renounce their foreign citizenship. These are major obstacles for families wishing to secure Vietnamese nationality for their children.
Renouncing their current nationality means giving up residency rights, access to education, and social benefits in their country of residence.
Parents are often overwhelmed during a child's early years and may forget to register for Vietnamese documents. Later on, applying for citizenship becomes more difficult.
To ease these challenges, the draft amendment proposes allowing children with at least one Vietnamese parent to obtain Vietnamese citizenship if dual nationality is permitted by the host country.
This aligns with other policies aimed at attracting talent to return and work in Vietnam. Resolution 57 emphasizes science and technology as key to economic growth, so it's crucial to support overseas Vietnamese, especially those with foreign citizenship, in contributing to this vision.
The proposed expansion reflects Vietnam's consistent policy of always embracing overseas Vietnamese as part of the national family and fostering stronger ties with the younger generation abroad.
Holding Vietnamese citizenship opens opportunities for children to connect, integrate, and eventually contribute to Vietnam.
Though I'm German by nationality, I'm still Vietnamese by blood. Having Vietnamese citizenship would strengthen that connection.
Vietnamese people are all patriotic. No matter where we go, we always look back toward our homeland.
This amendment marks a significant step in harnessing the overseas Vietnamese community's potential while deepening their spiritual and cultural bond with Vietnam.
Now, after 3 days of the 5-day holiday to commemorate the National Reunification Day and International Labor Day, which is also the beginning of the summer tourist season, many major tourist centers across the country have welcomed a large number of tourists. Room occupancy rates in many places are estimated to have reached over 95%. And this is also the occasion for many new tourism products to be introduced to bring new experiences to tourists.
Located very close to Hanoi, Trang and Ninh Binh is one of the destinations chosen by many tourists. Here, the display of 1,000 women in traditional costumes has made a strong impression.
We want to spread the love of our country and our World Heritage Site to international friends.
In Ha Long, this World Heritage Site has welcomed a group of 1,700 visitors from Japan. This opens up opportunities to explore this high-end market. The national flag-raising ceremony on the top of Phan Xipunk Mountain created a strong impression. Destinations in Ha Giang recorded a 30% increase in the number of tourists compared to before the holiday.
The scenery here is so beautiful. I have been here many times, but I'm always impressed with the hospitality of the people of Ha Giang.
In the central region, the Sunflower Festival held on top of Ba Na, Da Nang also attracted attention. Tourists also choose destinations associated with the country's history, such as Cu Chi Tunnels or the War Remnants Museum.
People come here not just for sightseeing but also to pray for the souls of martyrs to bless our country's prosperity.
With its cool climate, Da Lad welcomes about 80,000 visitors. Phu Quoc organizes many vibrant and bustling cultural and artistic activities.
It's a really good break coming here. Watching the sunset is perfect.
This year, Vietnam aims to welcome 120 to 130 million domestic visitors and 20 to 22 million international visitors.
The sacred relics of Buddha Shakyamuni, considered a national treasure of India, arrived in Vietnam on Friday. The arrival marks the official commencement of this year's United Nations Day of Vesak celebrations. The relics will be enshrined at Thanh Tâm Pagoda, located at the Vietnam Buddhist Academy in Ho Chi Minh City until May 8th. And following this, they will be transported to Ba Đen Mountain in Tây Ninh, Quán Sứ Pagoda in Hanoi, and finally to Tam Trúc Pagoda in Hà Nam, where the journey will conclude on May 17th. In Khánh Hòa, 30 Russian and Vietnamese scientists have begun their 9th joint marine survey on the ship Academician Oparin. The ship Academician Oparin, one of the Russian Federation's specialized research vessels on biochemistry and biodiversity, arrived in Nha Trang on May 1st. And for nearly a month, the survey team will carry out field sampling in coastal and deep sea areas in the southern waters of Vietnam. The purpose is to update and supplement data on biodiversity, environmental quality, and marine biological resource. Research groups will focus on analyzing factors related to marine pollution, especially plastic waste pollution, persistent organic compounds, and developing remote sensing data for environmental monitoring and aquaculture farming. Renowned for its bold flavors and delicate balance of ingredients, Vietnamese cuisine has captured the hearts of food lovers worldwide, including in Japan, a country with its own diverse and rich culinary tradition. In essence, Vietnamese food has become a cultural bridge, offering Japanese people a deeper connection to Vietnam and its culture. Our report from Tokyo.
Pho continues to make its mark in Japan. Since its first opening in 2019, Pho Thin has expanded its presence in Japan with 3 branches.
I didn't speak Vietnamese, so I wrote a note on paper. I'm from Japan. I really love the flavor of Pho Thin, and I'd like to open a Pho Thin restaurant in Japan. That note helped me get in touch with Mr. Thin. I've kept it ever since, as it was the beginning of my dream.
Just a 30-minute train ride from Tokyo, Zong Coffee Shop in Yokohama, Kanagawa Prefecture, has become a popular spot, with its famous egg coffee winning the hearts of Japanese customers. Meanwhile, Hello Bread, a Vietnamese sandwich brand, has seen remarkable growth in Japan, expanding from a single storefront to multiple locations, including Tokyo, Yokohama, Osaka, Gunma, Nagoya, Chiba, Saitama, and Hyogo.
I realized that for anyone learning about Vietnamese culture, it all starts with a greeting. So, I came up with the idea of opening a Hello Bread shop in Japan.
I have traveled to Vietnam for work many times, and I really love Vietnamese food. The food is amazing, and the atmosphere is great.
Japanese food usually doesn't have strong-smelling ingredients, but Vietnamese cuisine stands out with its aromatic herbs. That's what makes it so appealing to us.
The popularity of Vietnamese cuisine in Japan has led to a surge in Vietnamese restaurants across the country, offering authentic dishes for Vietnamese food lovers.
Coming up next in our world news. China passes new law in major push to bolster private sector. And EU plans massive boost in defense spending. Now moving on to our world news, the Standing Committee of the 14th National People's Congress of China has passed the country's first fundamental law aimed at promoting the private sector. Taking effect on May 20th, the law seeks to improve the business environment and affirm the private sector's key role in the national economy. The private sector promotion law consists of 9 chapters and 78 articles, aiming to ensure fair competition, encourage investment, foster innovation, standardize business practices, and safeguard the rights of enterprises. According to the State Administration for Market Supervision, as of March 2025, the country had over 57 million registered private enterprises, making up 92.3% of all businesses. The private sector has made significant and indispensable contributions to the country's socio-economic development. The European Union has introduced fiscal mechanisms to enable member states to increase their defense spending. According to the European Commission, to date, 12 member states have submitted a request in writing to the Commission to activate the National Escape Clause under the Stability and Growth Pact. The activation of the National Escape Clause provides member states with additional budgetary space to increase defense spending, while remaining within the EU fiscal rules. To maintain a medium-term fiscal sustainability, deviations from the recommended net expenditure path will be limited to a maximum of 1.5% of GDP of additional defense expenditure for each year of activation up to 2028. North America's 3 biggest measles outbreaks continue to balloon, with more than 2,500 reported cases and 4 confirmed deaths. It started in the fall in Ontario, Canada, then took off in late January in Texas and New Mexico, and has rapidly spread in Chihuahua State, which is up to 786 cases since mid-February. Health experts warn that the disease is spreading rapidly across the region, and without timely containment and control measures, the situation would become increasingly unpredictable. According to the World Health Organization, measles cases have increased 11-fold in the Americas. The outbreak is now classified as high risk in the region, compared to a moderate level in other parts of the world. And measles cases have been confirmed in 6 of the region's countries: Argentina, Belize, Brazil, Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Now, in a city known for futuristic innovation, an old-school trend is spinning its way back into the spotlight: vinyl records. And from the immersive sound experience at a Honeycomb Hi-Fi to the grassroots community at the Flipside record store, Dubai is witnessing a cultural revival of analog music.
At the music listening venue and bar Honeycomb Hi-Fi, visitors eat, drink, and can browse through their vinyl collection while the speakers and the music take center stage. The vinyl bar curates a listening experience for its guests with a custom-built high-fidelity sound system.
When you're listening to vinyls, it gives you a much more settling sound. You have much more of a connection towards the music. It's bringing back that oldie but goodie feeling, which makes it also something unique for us to focus on, and also introducing this whole concept in Dubai.
People browsing through the vinyl records at the restaurant's shop expressed their joy visiting the place.
I come to this vinyl bar because not only can you feel the depth of appreciation from the record selectors themselves, but it's beautiful to listen to the vinyl and hear the scratches of the record.
I think vinyl's coming back. Digital music doesn't have a soul, it doesn't have a feel to it. So I think as people are starting to investigate more music, different styles and genres of music, they're finding vinyl as their outlet.
The vinyl industry across the world has seen a huge increase in sales beginning in 2007, after almost vanishing. In the age of fast-moving digitalization, people yearn for something physical and tangible, and vinyl exemplifies this through the nostalgia it brings.
And as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.